What's going on, you guys? This is an update video of sorts where I think is the best spot to attach some external resistance bands to your total gym or sliding bench trainer. I got a lot of new people that watch that channel. A lot of people ask, where do I attach my bands? I've actually put them in some bad spots. I'll actually kind of comment on some areas I wouldn't recommend doing that I often do and you guys see. So I'm gonna try and correct that. Also, some basic questions people ask is like, what type of bands am I using? What bands do I like to use? Do I like to use these loop style bands or tube style bands? I've made videos on both and I've commented if I'm on tube style bands. I think they're also great. They're just not as quick to kind of interchange out, and since I use these off the machines as well, these loop style bands, I kind of prefer these. I will link these as well as my body elastic bands that I've made some previous videos about. Those are probably the best tube style bands. If you guys don't mind kind of taking a little more time, those things are definitely another great option to attach some external resistance. But the company that you guys see me use in a lot of videos are the Undersun resistance bands. A little bit more pricey compared to other bands that are out there. I've really kind of tested the limits with these things as far as trying to break them. I'm sure these things will break eventually. The good thing I've heard from this company, from everybody that's told me, when they break a band, they stand by their lifetime warranty, so they'll just replace out the band for you free of charge. Otherwise, if you guys want to spend the money on these ones, there's also some cheaper options, the sun power resistance bands. I'll link those down below. I have those. Another great option, a little more affordable. Now, aside from the fact, the rationale of why I attach these bands, these are a great, easy option to attach some external resistance. So jumping into it, where I think the best site to attach these bands, you guys might have seen it recently in some other videos, and I've shown this in past videos too, but I really think the ideal spot is at the bottom of the base of the machine and then up here underneath this little kind of hook. Now, this kind of depends on the model that you have. What I find is that the Total Gym company itself, which is what most of you guys have, has a little more space between this area here, this little kind of solid hook. It's a nice solid metal hook. It should go without saying that I preface this, use this at your own risk. Total Gym, I don't think necessarily intends this to be used, so this is what I personally do. You can take it as you will. Otherwise, some other machines like the ProForm, some older sliding bench trainers that are out there, this little space might be a little smaller, so it's kind of hard to attach this. But why I like this is essentially trying to avoid friction or having these things rub against something. And so this, to me, I like for two reasons. One, it's just really easy to set up this band on the fly and take it off if you want to use it for something else versus some other spots I'll get to. But it's really easy to slip it on, put it underneath the undercarriage. There's minimal kind of stuff that things really touching and rubbing against as far as rubbing against fabric. There's some rubbing here a little bit against this light plastic. I'm not too worried about this because this is pretty, as far as not being very non-abrasive, but I probably will take these corners off. Made a previous video recently about how I took the rails off, and I think that actually helps minimize any kind of contact with this. But you may have seen other videos where I just simply throw it over the top and I would latch these things kind of diagonally. I really recommend not doing that because I've noticed over time that this is kind of wearing in the fabric down here and up here. I would just do it for simplicity, maybe just have it. That's what I would do. But I think really the easiest one and best spot, that's the quickest and easiest to kind of take on and off, would be from the bottom position. You certainly could latch it on the top here and go over the fabric this way on like an attachment. I don't like that because these attachments can kind of fly off. Again, we're also getting an issue with kind of going over the fabric. Something else that I'm mindful about when you guys see me crisscross it, I see a lot of times this thing's rubbing against the corners, the band's rubbing against the corners, and a lot of these bands are, again, kind of getting frayed, and they're just a matter of time till they eventually do snap. So I hate to have that snap in the middle and fly back in my face. You certainly can attach it to the weight bar attachment. It's just that that tension is a little bit kind of lower, so you can kind of double loop it if you wanted to do that. That's always an option. Another couple really good options you guys might want to consider that I know some of you guys have written in and talked to me about. On some machines at the Great Flex, they have a hook that's kind of different, that's kind of set up for the bands going underneath the undercarriage of the glide board. So you could actually kind of knot the band right in the middle and then string it underneath your Total Gym and then either reattach a different hook, which some of you guys have done, that allows the actual band to attach down there, or you could kind of attach it in best of both worlds, diagonal hook it to this side crevice down here in the, on the bottom of the glide board that we kind of talked about. There's also some minimal rubbing there. That's a great option. To me, I just don't like it as much because it's a little bit kind of, again, a little more cumbersome to take this thing on and off, and I'd prefer to kind of use these things on the fly, take them on and off, throw them on as I kind of see fit. So that's kind of why I prefer just throwing them on the side of the base of the board and then attaching them up here. And then something minor you guys will see me playing around in this video is actually you can attach these bands to a lot of different machines that are out there. Like I just did a review on the incline rower, the Total Gym. That'll probably be something you can attach bands to, or I'm going to mess with more in the future. Even this Versa Climber, which I have, I actually started messing around with this and adding external resistance with bands. That's also something you guys could potentially do. But that's really it, guys. I'm sure you guys have other recommendations I'm not aware about, so definitely put those in the comment box. That's the value of this channel. You guys are always sharing information with me, and then it goes out to everybody else. So greatly appreciated. Any questions, comments, feedback, let me know. Check out the website if you guys are interested in personalized training, coaching, the workout poster, also my supplements that I give the discount for, bulksupplements.com, probably my favorite go-to place for supplements. You guys can save 12% off your order, SBT 12 off to save 12% off your order, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Thank you.